Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Josh Cancinos with Josh Can Invest, and in today's video I'm going to be taking a moment to explain how credit works. Credit is a tool that everyone uses in some form or fashion, whether it's to get auto loans, home loans, credit cards. There's so many things that you can do with credit, and unfortunately I feel like not enough people know how to effectively use their credit, build their credit, and maintain a good credit score. So I'm actually going to be taking the time today to explain how to do all of those things. I did want to start off by saying I am not a financial advisor, however, but I am here to help you guys understand what credit is and how you can really take advantage of it to help invest in your future. So the first thing to know about credit is that it is a number that ranges usually between 300 and 850. Another thing to know is that there are different credit bureaus, and the different bureaus can report your credit score differently. Credit scores are broken down into sections. Usually anything below a 600 credit score is considered a bad score. Anything from about 610 to about 680, 690 is a fair score. 690 to about 730 is a good score, and anything above 740 is usually considered an excellent credit score. So I'm actually currently on Credit Karma. It's a great company that actually allows you to view your credit score, and it actually gives you tips and tricks to how you can improve your credit score, as well as explaining what different items do affect your score. I highly advise using something like Credit Karma or Credit Karma itself to help you understand credit and allow you to easily access your credit score. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by explaining these are the 6 main things that actually affect your credit score. It's going to be payment history, credit card usage, derogatory marks, credit aid, total accounts, and hard inquiries. And I'm actually about to dive into what each of these mean and how they can differently affect your score. The first one's going to be payment history. So your payment history is going to be the history of all your payments made towards credit lines. So that could be credit cards, auto loans, home loans if you have a mortgage, and even student loans. So your payment history is going to be something that highly can affect your credit score in a negative way usually, because if you miss even one payment, if you have one late payment, it can really negatively affect your scores. Here you say the breakdown, where if you have 100% payment history, on-time payment history, you're in the green. You can even miss one payment and that could drop you down, depending on how many payments you've made, from 100% green to the very worst at below 97%. So say you've only recently opened your first credit card and you've already missed a payment, 5 payments in, you're in the red, and that is going to harm your credit score a lot. So what I highly recommend, especially for people just starting off with credit or getting your first credit card, is that you actually go ahead and pay your credit card payment off in full every time that you make a payment. So if you get your card and you start using it, just for gas, at the end of the month when your credit card payment is due, I tell everyone to go ahead and pay it off. Obviously, as you get into getting more credit cards and building your credit score, that's not always going to be the case where you can pay your credit card off all at once every month. However, the credit card usage here is going to be something that also highly can affect you. So building off of that, your credit card usage, anything below 9% credit card usage is optimal. Anything between 10% and 29% is still pretty good. Anything between 30 to 49% is not really where you want to be. And anything really above 50% credit card usage is going to end up harming your credit score long term. So the next thing here we're going to talk about, you guys, is derogatory marks. Derogatory marks are anything that is in collections. If you have debt collectors calling you, if you owe back hospital bills, anything that it has been reported to credit bureaus because it's a debt that has not been paid, is going to show up on your credit score as a derogatory mark. And any derogatory mark at all can be very harmful to your credit score. The good thing about derogatory marks, though, and collection agencies in general, is they are usually very willing to work with you. They'll set up payment arrangements, as well as if you have some of the money, they often will allow a lump sum for a lower amount than what is actually owed. So just give them a call back and see if you can't set something up that will benefit you as well. The next thing here is credit aids. Your credit age is something that unfortunately for people starting off will negatively affect you. The longer you have credit lines, credit cards, student loans, the better. So basically, your credit age will naturally improve as you get older and maintain a good credit history. The one thing to note with credit age, though, is that you always want to try to keep your oldest accounts open for as long as possible, as they always bring your credit age up and always positively affect you, where your newest accounts will negatively affect you in the short term. The next thing is going to be your total accounts. It is something else that will also naturally grow with time. When you open up your first account or your first credit card, you're only going to have that one credit card. So it's going to be a negative in the beginning, but as you grow your accounts and your number of loans, you add a home loan, add auto loans, more credit cards, it builds up, and it shows credit bureaus and banks that you can maintain multiple credit lines, and the more credit lines you have, actually the better your credit score will be. The last thing we're going to talk about here is hard inquiries. So it is something that actually, unfortunately, negatively affects you, especially in the short term. Whenever you open up a new account, it is a ding to your credit, and especially when you are opening multiple accounts all at once, they really stack up quickly. The good thing about hard inquiries is they do fall off of your credit history after 2 years. So if you opened an account today, in 2 years, that credit hard inquiry would fall off and would no longer affect your credit in a negative way. What I'm going to show you guys here is when you're first starting off, if you have no credit at all, which is actually what happens when you turn 18, you have no credit. You don't have bad credit and you don't have good credit. You have no credit. So what I've always recommended people to do, also oftentimes people with bad credit can use this route as well, is called a secured credit card. So applying for credit cards with bad or no credit is usually very hard to do. So the secured card is the best route to build your credit from nothing or from a bad credit score. What it is basically a card. It's almost like a Visa gift card in that you pay $200 to open the account, and then they give you a credit card with a $200 limit. The good thing about the deposit is it's oftentimes refundable over time. As you maintain the card with good credit history, they will refund that deposit to you, as well as oftentimes allow you to increase the credit limit on your card over time. But especially starting off, it is the best way to build your credit and really understand how credit works is acquiring one of these secured cards. Here, this is showing you the Citi secured MasterCard. There are many other credit card companies that do secured cards. Most banks also will do secured credit cards for you. And like I said, it is the best and most highly recommended way to build your credit score. So just to wrap this video up, you guys, I just want to say that credit health is something that is very important, and really when you understand it, it's not as intimidating as it seems, and credit is honestly one of the best ways to leverage your money and build your wealth for the future. With that said, you guys, I want to thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you don't mind, please share this video with any friends or younger family members that you know that don't understand how credit works. I feel like a lot of our younger generations are undereducated when it comes to credit health and how to maintain credit, as well as how to build it and use it to leverage their money and build wealth for the future. It would really make me happy to know that we're helping them out, you guys. Thank you so much for watching again. This is Josh Cancinos with Josh Can Invest, and we'll see you next time.